welcome to the South tonight, live from the 59th Royal Show, hosted here in Invercargill by the Southland A&P Society. It's a big night for both of us. It's the second last night we're on air for 1989, and it's the last night of the biggest, brightest A&P show Invercargill has seen for many a day. It's been 4 years in the planning, and Mark Price has been down here for the last few days taking a look at the results.
Royal A&P shows move along at a nice, steady country pace. No rush, no panic, but with a gentle nudge here and there to keep everyone up to time. It's these people, the committee, who must keep the show moving along. They've had a lot of practice. New Zealand held its very first A&P show in 1842. And its suggested shows are just as relevant today as they were then.
There are few city people, particularly in more urban areas than we're lucky to be in here in Invercargill, who would never have the opportunity today to visit a farm. There will be children grow up who perhaps have every reason to believe milk comes out of a carton in the supermarket. And we, I think, have this wonderful opportunity to combine rural and urban interests in a way that few other organisations can emulate.
The bottom line for the show is public relations, the country showing the town what it does best, whether it's the cream of the country's stock or the strawberries and cream that find their complimentary way into the hands of a tiring television crew.
For an exhibitor who's in the stud breeding game, there's no better venue than a Royal Show or a Metropolitan Show to put his stock up against and find out just how far down the track he is and how good he is. Because you can come to a show and without fear of favouritism, they can stand and be counted and be judged unbiased, and it's good.
It's always a bit disappointing for the organisers of A&P shows when, well, this happens, but then again, where would Southland agriculture be today without a good few showers over the summer?
While Mark got rained on, he also got sunburnt, so Southland weather's shown off a little bit of what it can do. The show may be organised by people, for people, but in the end the day belongs to the animals. Whether it's the sheep and cattle, the goats and horses, they are what the people come to see.
Plenty of incentives are provided to get farmers to invest their time and effort in showing. There are the ribbons, the money, the publicity that goes to the best of the best. The Royal Show has the prestige to attract lots of entries from as far away as Canterbury, a few from even further afield. There are 471 horses, 705 cattle and 1,272 sheep. And there's Brian Lahore, former All Black captain, all the way from the Wairarapa just to judge some Romneys.
There's a lot of prestige involved there, but a lot of these tutus will go on to sales, and quite obviously farmers that know that they've won a prize at a Royal Show will immediately look at their pens when the sale comes along. So I think from that point of view it's very important for the breeders.
And from Austria, Prince Heinrich Reuss III, a well-known breeder of game animals here to judge the hard antlers from New Zealand's farm deer. But of course, for the progeny and the produce from these breeding animals, there are only two real alternatives. One's into the fashion houses of New Zealand, the other's into the kitchen. On both scores, the emphasis is on the lean, high-quality look. And talking of fashion, farmers who've gone about looking like this for years are now leading the way in fashion.
Well, that's the traditional Australian boot that I'm wearing. It's a veal calf, elastic-sided boot, which we normally wear with the moleskins. This is a pure cotton heavyweight moleskin, and we normally team that with the kangaroo hide plaited belt. A double pocket shirt, as you can see, that's the standard equipment for the bushmen, and worn with a pure merino wool blazer, and also with the traditional Australian oilskin stockman's coat. And to top the outfit off, we wear the pure felt hat.
Unfortunately, mine is only on loan from a nice Mr. Neil Fox, and he's definitely going to have to get it back at the end of the programme. Shortly, we're going to have a quick look at the highlight of the show, the Grand Parade. But first, back to Mark, who's already met his first All Black captain, his first prince, and now his first foreign ambassador. It could only happen in Southland.
Della Newman didn't get off to a great start on her term in New Zealand, a bit vague about who we are and what we're about, but she's fast catching up. We made the mistake of thinking this would be a first for the new ambassador, but it's her third A&P show.
They're very similar to a state fair or a county fair that we have in the States, and I really enjoy them. I enjoy the craft center and seeing the animals and the people and the shows, you know, so it's fun.
While she did get to present a trophy, what she missed out on was a look at a horse event with a bit of a difference.
We'll just take time out from the show for a moment and let you know what else has been happening today.
With this outstanding service award.
In Dunedin, former airport manager Stuart Preston was presented with the Keep New Zealand Beautiful Society's National Service Award. It recognised his efforts in building up the airport's internationally acclaimed conifer collection. A national award also went to Invercargill for providing such a pleasant work environment. ME specialist Dr Byron Hyde, who appeared on the programme last night, is anxious to reassure people about the desirability of polio vaccinations. Apparently some viewers took his comments to mean vaccinations were dangerous. That's not the case. Dunedin's old fire bell went back on top of the municipal chambers today. The early fire station used to be right next door, and the lookout was on the clock tower. But it's to be a bell without a clapper, so this might be the first and last time you hear it.
We showed you some of the gymnastics on horseback just before, and soon in the ring they'll be gearing up for tonight's performance. But earlier this afternoon, the ring was the scene of the Grand Parade, and we taped a few highlights for you. And what a great day at the Royal A&P Show of '89. We'll join you for our last programme tomorrow night. Good night.